rolling up and down the fingers. And into the palm. And the pads of the pinky. And the thumb. And down to the wrist. Across the knuckles. And back to the fingers, index finger and thumb pressing. Middle finger. Ring finger. And pinky. Other hand, index. Middle. Ring. And pinky. Yeah, we'll go around the back today. Switch. 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 And hinging at the waist, keeping the spine neutral. Go through the legs. Switch. Switch. And switch. All right, ball on the floor. Assess the feet. Step on the ball right in the middle of the foot and press down 3 times. Up to the knuckles, once on each. Roll across the knuckles. Bring the ball to the top of the heel, pivot on the toes, and roll across the top of the heel. And press down just below the first knuckle. At the side of the top of the heel. And across in the middle of the 5th metatarsal. Roll down each bone. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release and reassess. And go to my forehead. The cat has it. The other foot. And press down 3 times. And then the knuckles. Roll across the knuckle. And the top of the heel. Press down in 3 positions. Roll down the bones. And scribble. 3, 2, 1, release. Get the ball out of the way. Reassess and shake the tree. 3, 2, 1, center. Twist at the waist, swing the arms. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Fingers and thumb at the base of the spine. Step out together in starlight. And center again, go the other way. And center. Let's take some steps forward. And then elbow towards the opposite knee. And then slap the opposite heel in front. And then behind. And then cross step with a twist and a punch. And we're going to walk or march or jog. So today we've got our seated exercises. Going to do those isometrics we did last week, plus some others. Some other seated exercises. You sit the stands to start. 10. So I think I'm going to do rapid squats to get going here. But you can do what you're doing or anything else, as long as it's safe. You got 5 Tibetans in the after class. And going to get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, that's 10. 20. And 30. Take 2 deep breaths. Interlace your fingers, raise them above the head. If you can, come up on your toes. Come on down and bend back. Back to center. Bend to one side. And then the other. Back to center. Lower your hands to your chest and push out. Come on down, interlace the fingers behind the back and raise the hands up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and raise just a little bit more. And come on down and shrug. Roll the shoulders back. Roll them forward. Extend the arms and rotate. And then change directions. Form an L, squeeze the shoulder blades together and hold. Release, squeeze. Release and squeeze. And release. Bring one arm across the body, press in at or above the elbow. And then the other. One arm behind the back, press down and in. And then the other. Grow up both elbows and rock side to side. And then bring one arm out, extended, fingers up, pull back. Fingers down. Flop the wrist and keep flopping. And then go 7 times or so in one direction. And then 7 or so in the other. Other hand, fingers up. Fingers down. Flopped. Rotate one way. And then the other. Come on down and rotate the neck. Go the other way. Nod. And go your shoulder. Do side lunge. Go the other way. Come on up. Tuck in your chin. Aha. I should have said get a stick, but I forgot to peck like a pigeon. And now we'll get the stick. And let's put it behind one leg, which comes out in front. Lie down the stick. Lift the sole of the foot if you can. Move it back and forth if you can. Stretch that hamstring. And then come on up and press the sole of the foot against the stick. I swear this cat now knows my cues and knows when I'm doing something that I can pet her with, and when I'm not, she walks away. And then the other leg, out in front, stretch the hamstring. Come on up, sole of the foot against the stick. And then let's bring it up to the shoulders. Going to do Dr. Lee's dynamic stick routine. Twisting at the waist to begin. And then if you can, very slowly bring some steps into it. And then bring the stick up overhead, go side to side. And then below the waist, side to side. And then to one side, back and forth. And then the other side, back and forth. And then come around front and paddle the kayak. Reverse direction. And bring the stick up to the shoulders and flop the wrists. And then down below the waist. And up to the shoulders. And then back over the head and down below the waist. And then pause at the shoulders, reverse the position of the hands and flop the wrists again. Go below the waist. And above the head. And below. And then bring the stick to the shoulders again. And bring the knees up as high as feels safe. And then rotate the hips. Again, only go as high as feels safe. And then we're going to bring the stick out in front. Hold with two, one or a finger or two. Feet are hip width apart. Dig the toes into the ground. Come back onto the fifth metatarsal. Roll back onto the first, fifth, first, back and forth. And then hold it at the on the fifth, creating a big arch. Digging the toes into the ground. Hold for another 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And we'll put the stick down and grab a chair. So we're going to start with some sit to stands. Hands are wherever you feel most comfortable, or you can move them around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. All right, we'll sit down. Bring one leg over the other. Rotate in one direction. And then the other. And then point the toes towards the shin and away. Then press down on the knee, hinge at the waist. Stretch those glutes. Come on up. Cross the other foot. Rotate in one direction. And then the other. Toes towards and away from the shin. Toes. Did I say toys? Oy. And And press down on the knee as you hinge at the waist. Come on up. Bring your hands up overhead, parallel to the ears, hinge at the waist, 45 degrees and back. Down and back. And then come up, cross your hands at your chest. You're in the middle of the chair. Lean back, tap the chair, keep your core engaged. Navel towards the spine. And then sit up straight. Bring your hands into prayer position and push. And release. Grip both hands and pull them in opposite directions with one hand on top and one hand on the bottom. And then switch the position of the hands, bring the other one on top and pull both ways. And then shake it out a little bit. Bring your fist up with one hand, your palm up with one hand, fist with the other, and push that fist into the palm. And then the other way. Then grab your elbow and move that elbow out as you restrain it with the other arm, hand. And release, and then get the other elbow. And release. And grab the sides of your chair and pull up. Release. And then push down and bring yourself up a little bit if you can. And sit down. And finally, just squeeze those abs. Navel in towards the spine. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and release. All right, take a couple of deep breaths. We're going to do our diaphragmatic alternate nostril breathing with the ocean sound, sitting down, starting with the inhale through the left and then exhaling through the right and inhaling through the right and going back and forth 4 or 5 rounds. Here we go. And standing up, getting the chair out of the way if you need to. And rubbing the hands together to cultivate chi. And forming a chi ball. And the center, 2 breaths. And let's open our hearts. Center. Send it out as you exhale. And center and take 2 breaths. And bring down chi from above. And go down, scoop it up from below. And namaste.
Thanks, Tom.
Hey, Mira, have a great weekend. Enjoy
good
the
weekend you
concert
too.
tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
Hey,
Tom.
Bill,
Appreciate it.
have a good one. You okay?
Oh, yeah, a little tired, but
Okay.
that's about it. Thanks.
All right. Great to see that poem. And Yo, I'm going to do 5 Tibetans if you're hanging around. Eva, I think you're saying something, but you are muted. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with some spins. Of course, you can twist at the waist and swing the arms, but do up to 11. And then I'm going to take 2 breaths. And gonna head down to the floor. Moving the camera there. And you got your hands by your side, under the small of the back if you need support there, or behind the head if you need support for your neck. Soles of the feet can be on the floor for the modified version. Head, neck, and shoulders come up as the soles come off the floor. Or in unmodified, legs are extended. This is how I'll do it. And come back down. Either way, up to 11. And when you're done, take 2 breaths. We're going to come up on our knees. And hands are behind the thighs. You can hinge back on the knees if you can't do extensions, but if you can, come on back, stretch and go forward. 1, and once again, take 2 breaths. And then we're going to sit down. Hands are by the hips, ideally, but if you need to, put them behind you. Legs can be extended in the regular version, or you can bring the soles of the feet on the floor for modified. Doing inverted table 11 times again if you can. 1,
You're not exercising this time?
and 11.
I agree.
When you're done, take 2 breaths. And then turn around. Go on all fours. In the modified version, come up into a cobra. Unmodified, regular version. Down dog into up dog, up to 11 again. And then we're gonna turn around, sit down, cross our legs. It feels right this morning. And we're gonna rotate 6 times in one direction, 5 in the other, either sitting up or bending over. We're gonna stop on the last round to stretch out and do a round of box breathing, 4 in for a hold, 4 out for a hold in the middle, on the left side, and on the right. Here we go. 6 times this way. And then we switch. I'm gonna go the other way now. And stretching out. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. Left knee. And right. Coming up. Switch the position of the legs, so whatever was in front goes behind, or was on top, it goes below. We're gonna do 5 rotations in the original direction, 6 in the reverse, and repeat the 3 rounds of box breathing. And here we go. And stretching out. Box strength over on the left knee. And then the right. And coming up. Now.